know how white. And we finally made a date.
What does the date have to be like? I guess to me it does. I don't know, man.
Well,
Sorry,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
remember what I said earlier. Don't try to, do the other people's everything.
Right.
You know what I'm
You're right.
saying?
That's why I was like, never mind.
So, I mean, with us, it was like, I'm saying 4 years in, you know what I'm saying? And one day,
Go look. I got like a bunch.
and one day she was like, hey, okay, so what's going on? I mean, you still get married? I was like, yeah, pick a date. I was like, shit, I don't know. I said, I thought about it. I said, okay, we get married on September 7th. September 7th.
Why did you pick that date?
Because it's the day before her birthday.
Aww.
You know what I'm saying?
That was sweet.
Yeah, I still didn't want to get married in the church though. That's for damn sure.
You didn't or she didn't?
She did. She was a member. I wasn't. So that's why. That's why I said I didn't want to get married in no damn church. I would not get. I put it like this: if I wasn't a religion, if I was a Christian or whatever you want to call them these days, I would never. I still won't. I still won't get married in the church because number one.
But weren't you then back then or no?
No.
You wasn't. Where were you back then?
I wasn't dealing with it. I wasn't dealing with religion of any kind though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
But
so no type of beliefs at all back then?
Well, I had beliefs, just not theirs.
Okay, what was she?
She was one
same or like you?
Huh?
Was she like you or she had, how was she?
She was. I guess she was a Baptist or something shit like that. I don't fucking know.
How did that work?
Well, it worked.
Well, that was a conflict. That was a conflict.
Well, actually,
she went to church.
It wasn't. But
she wanted to get married in church and you didn't.
Well, yeah, but
So that was a conflict.
Well, but me, you know what I'm saying? I try to be all nice and sweet and a man. So I figured, okay, I'll just let her have this thing though, you know what I'm saying? But I just let her have. I said, fuck, I give her because there's a lot of people against one, so you know what I'm saying? But it was cool though. I mean, it wasn't all bad though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, we did try to have children though, but that didn't work.
Yeah, did?
Yeah, she already had a child when I met her. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and by the way, you remember when I said that you remember when I said that when dude was saying that going with a single mother is a package deal? Yeah. And I kept saying in all aspects.
Yeah.
Okay, people get mad at me when I say this shit, but you have to understand.
Break it down. I want you to break it down.
Okay. Put it like this. But before I do that, I was gonna say is people get mad at me when I say what I'm about to say, because the fact of the matter is not everybody believe that there's an opposition to everything that everybody does though, you know what I'm saying? When it's up, there's down, when it's left, there's right, when there's black, there's white, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I believe in looking at things from the front and the opposition as well.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So when I kept saying you are absolutely, that's why I kept saying you're absolutely correct. A woman with a kids are a package deal in all aspects. So you know what I'm saying. So for instance, right? Let me break it down. Let me give you a little analogy, right? Me and this young lady, she has 2 kids, right? I get where she breaks down to me from the get go. It's like, okay, we're gonna get each other, but you gotta accept my kids too. Fine, I understand that. I agree with you 100%. Fine, but and then so we're together, and she's my woman, I'm her man, and all this other good stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? And then something happens, on our side, my side, or her side. I don't know which. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's a mutual thing. Then we break up. Now, remember, the children are a package deal.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
In all aspects. That's why I say in all aspects. Yes. What happens? Because here's the thing, though. What happens is when, in my, at least in my aspect, what happens is if the children are the package deal with the woman when they're together, There are also the package deal when they break up too. But then they probably be like, well, you got close to their children. It's true enough, but you also got to put in your mind the universal objective fact of the matter is you might get close to their children, you might love their children, you might, you did things with her children, but guess what? At the end of the day, those are her children, not yours. And again, and you can't really argue this because the fact of the matter is, on the aspect of everything has opposition, that has to be another choice as well.
On whose part though?
Huh?
On whose part?
Anybody who when somebody with a single parent. If it's a Mormon, it's a woman that didn't have children, goes to the father that has children, and then the father said, "Well, this is the package deal," which not too many do, but they some do though. You know what I'm saying? Then they have to understand that everything as opposition to like we break up, that means I do apologize, but if we break up, that means your children are a package deal of that breakup as well.
But okay, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I guess I'm just looking at it from like I guess my family dynamic. You know what I'm saying? When my father and my mother did eventually divorce, like I mentioned before, he raised my brothers. Mm-hmm. So for a moment there was, my brothers were still always welcome to come back by the house, and they did. They would call always, they'll call, ask for advice. My daddy, even though he, divorced, he didn't like, well, I ain't with your mama no more. My daddy, he made sure he did for them. Not well after by the time they're grown, you know what I'm saying? But when they were grown, they still had the availability to call my daddy, and they knew that. You know what I'm saying? And even though that's a package deal, I get that. But I feel like if you invested time to where there was a relationship built, that to me is like saying like, okay, say for example, you met good friends through now your ex. Well, you're gonna stop talking to them even though y'all are good friends? You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like no, because you built a relationship. You see what I'm saying?
But then again, I said that's an opposition to everything. I never said that you had to do it. I'm just saying that's another option that you can't go with and not have people trick you and say, well, you build a relationship with their children. That'd be wrong. No, it's not wrong for me to want to be, separated from their children because we break up with their mom. It's also not wrong. It's also not wrong. The fact of the matter is, why is it do I have to pick up your slack then the other parents that don't?
It's not picking up the slack.
I mean, hold up. I can see if they're dead. I can see if they're infirm. I can see if y'all don't get along and they say, well, you know what I'm saying, I'm blind, crazy, deaf, dumb, whatever the fuck. But if you're around and you're able-bodied and you perfectly say, well, I don't want to see my children, then what? And then another thing too is, why is it that never mind on that one.
Wait, is that the father you're referring to? If he doesn't want to be around?
Father, mother, whoever, though, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying, like, if you're in a relationship and it's the father saying that he doesn't want to be around his kids.
Well, yeah.
Well, I don't think that will have anything to do with you. That's a whole different, don't have anything to do with you. That's a whole different relationship towards that whole dynamic. But I feel like, now I'm not saying you have to do whatever you want. I'm just giving my opinion.
Right.
And, I feel like if you, I'm looking at it from a child aspect. Like, for example, when me and David and I dated years ago originally, for a while, to where my oldest, she would not say daddy, but she'll call him David. You know what I'm saying? Where's David? Where's David? She loved the mess out of David. And when we broke up or whatever, we broke up because he was cheating and recording it and posting it on the internet. But that's a whole different story. But we broke up. But it was hard for her. You see what I'm saying? Because he wasn't around anymore. And this was, they've been to her, she's been looking at this man for a whole year now. You know what I'm saying? So to her, she grew that relationship, and it hurt her because now she didn't have David. Now, again, granted, she was young at that point. She was young. So when he came back in the picture this time around, she vaguely remembered him. So that feelings weren't there anymore, which is fine because feelings weren't there anymore. And so I don't know. I'm like, if the child's older and they looked at you and they only had you to look at as a father figure, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying you got to financially do for the kid, you know. I mean,
that's what I mean.
But
you know,
yeah, but I mean, like being there just as a support system for that child. That child wants someone to talk to. That child dealing with stuff at school. Kids be going through a lot at school, and to have that extra someone to listen to, you know what I'm saying, makes a big difference to that child's life. And you never know later on down the line that could have really impacted that child in a major way. I mean, I get it. Some people don't care. They're like, well, it ain't my kid. But that's still, I don't know. That's still a human being. That's a child. Child had nothing to do with, oh boy, I don't know. I guess, I don't know.
I'm just saying, though, like I said, everybody has an opposition. That is one of the options that you can.
That is true.
That's an option. I'm not saying that's the only option. I'm saying that's an option you take. But that is an option, regardless, though. You know what I'm saying? If a man or woman says, you know what, I don't have anything to do, or your children, they have that choice to make too as well.
They have that choice. Absolutely, they're adults. They can make their own decisions.
Exactly. But you know,
I personally don't understand it. I
mean, you know,
I guess it would be awkward with the parents, but again, at the same time, I guess it depends on maturity as well. You see what I'm saying? And not everyone is like at that level yet. So I don't know. Like if someone if a guy were to come to me to this day and he just somehow, I don't know, was so amazing to where I'm like, oh my goodness, yes, let's date. And he had kids, whether the mother's in the life or not. Like if the mother is in the life of those kids, or she had custody, I'm saying custody. She has custody of the kids, and he gets the kids whenever or whatever. Me, I'm a type of person to where, and I've done this before. With matter of fact, my ex, you know, he had kids or whatever. I wanted to meet the mother, you know what I'm saying, of those kids. Now, the oldest one, her mama, she wanted to meet me and I wanted to meet her. Everything was cool. We got along. I went to her house. Everything was cool. The second one, she was on that child play. She didn't want to meet me. Then she started having issues. Then she wanted to put him on child support. Like she started playing that stupid little games. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And because now I'm in the picture, and I feel like that was petty and that was stupid. But with me and the first baby mama, I hate saying baby mama, that's a stupid term, but with me and his first child's mother, I'm talking about my second ex-husband, her and I got along fine. You know what I'm saying? We got along great, you know, and I could tell she probably felt some type of way because me and him did get married, because she'll make little slick comments, you know. I ignored him, you know, because I can understand she felt some type of way. They were together for a while. That she was like, well, he'll always be, no, she said, I'll always be his first, and little stupid stuff like that. And I'm like, well, he didn't marry you, you know what I'm saying? So, right. You know, but I wouldn't respond to stupid stuff, but I'll ignore it because I understand she's coming from, you know, maybe a hurt place or whatever. She'll say, well, I don't want him back. Well, you making little stupid comments and you literally shaking your butt in front of him while I'm watching, like saying you missed this and everything. And I don't know, but I'm just saying all the same, like, I don't know. I mean, adults should be able to be adults. As far as, and I say that because it's the kids. I'm looking at it's the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like with me and if I'm with someone and they have to deal with their ex, I guess I'm mature enough to deal with it and still love on their kids if they're my own. You know what I'm saying? Right. And not everyone's ready or on that level for whatever reason. It can be for many reasons, whatever reason, you know, and I'm not knocking it because not everyone, I'm not on certain levels with other people and people are not on my level with certain things. And I think those are just one of the things, like, as things I don't understand, you know what I'm saying? I guess, again, is by the way I grew up. You know what I'm saying? My, you know,
Right.
I guess, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't
I
know.
yeah, I understand that though. You know what I'm saying? And with me, when I was doing, they're single mothers, and
Yeah.
okay, this will be my last thing I'm gonna say. Then I'm about to close it out.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, but no, you good, you good. But the one thing with me is when I dated with the single mothers and all that, though, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Fortunately, most of them were a little mature though. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And one of them, like the one I married, she told me straight up, "There's no baby mama drama and none of this stuff." Like, cool, because
Yeah.
that's one thing I don't want to be a part of
Right.
I'm brand new in this
Yeah.
relationship. I wasn't here
And
the
that's
whole time,
understandable.
so
That's
and
understandable.
also I don't know what happened between you two. All I'm hearing is your side. I'm not
Right.
hearing his side though. You know what I'm saying?
That's understandable.
So I can't really judge that man nor say that man, oh, that man bullshit. That man, like a lot of
Yeah.
those simps be doing like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm a good man. Woo woo. I'm like, dude.
I hate it when they say that. David pulled that when I was trying to say that, my middle child could see her daddy. He was like, nah. I was like, so I gotta sneak now. If he wants to see her, he can see her.
Right. And then, I used to be simping out like that too. Like, I'm a good man. Which I have to admit, I am a dope ass motherfucker to be with, though. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact of the matter is, I'm not the one just said. I didn't really say. I really say that now because I heard that from women I was with, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you're a dope ass motherfucker to be with. So, I like I said, the reason why I put myself a self-imposed separation because it's not hard for me to get a woman though. That's not the hard thing though. I could get a woman like that. You know what I'm saying?
I can't even get people to look at me. I'm just joking.
Shit.
No, it's the truth, but I can't. But I don't care.
I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's not hard for me to get a woman though. I mean, especially down in Houston though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I put myself in self-imposed isolation with relationships because the fact of the matter is, number one, I don't want to just be with anybody though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially somebody whose beauty, 90% of her beauty can be wiped off with a wet nap though. You know what I'm saying?
Not a wet nap.
I got used to natural women, so I'm kind of spoiled in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? But maybe a little makeup every now and then though. But I don't want that. I don't want to see no weaves. I don't want to see unless it's braids.
I was just gonna say, what if it's braids?
I don't want to see no. I don't want to see no. I don't no. Well, forget weave. I don't want to see no relaxed hair. I don't want to see that shit.
I know.
I don't want to see that shit though. You know, if I want streaky hair, I'll go with a palm color or somebody else that has stringy hair. But that's if I wanted that. I don't want that though. You know what I'm saying? I want her natural.
You don't want that, Terry?
No, I don't want that. I mean, unless she straightened her out naturally. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna straighten my hair a little bit.
I mean, it goes back to its original form afterwards.
Of course.
Nah, no relaxers, none of that chemical bullshit in the hair. I don't want that. But besides the point though, like I said, I don't mind myself personally. I don't mind dating women who have children or whatever, because like I said, at my age, it's kind of hard to find children without. I used to be like, man, I ain't dating no single mother. All them goddamn kids. I ain't taking nobody else's kids. Fuck that shit. But then I thought about it, it's like, well, most of the time that's not their fault though. Yeah. Nobody, like you said, nobody wakes up in the morning talking about
where that sign up sheet. Where that sign up sheet?
No woman wakes up in the morning after her morning stretch and say, yeah, I have to fuck up life, you know what I'm saying? Or, yeah, I want to be a single parent today. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, that shit, nobody celebrates that shit.
Yeah. Good. It dawned on me what I was going to say earlier, what I wanted to say so bad.
Say it.
But go ahead. No, okay. I know a lot of people, a lot of the guys I've noticed want to say that single mothers are out to get a bag or get, I want to say this. The financial aspect of being a single parent, period, is the tip of the iceberg. Is literally the tip of the iceberg. So that's all you're gonna see. And I feel like sometimes that's a breaking point because a lot of times people who don't have kids, and this is not even just for the men who are saying this. I've seen a YouTuber, a female, saying, and she was talking mad mess about single mothers, and I was like, you clearly don't have kids, and so with that, I'm like, you don't. The people who don't have kids, or who have kids and don't take care of their kids, because there's plenty of men out there, plenty of females out there too, but a lot more men out there who don't take care of the kids. They don't see anything past the financial part. Because, for example, it can be kids getting sick. Kids get sick. Who gonna be there?
Right.
I have a 5-month-old who I remember, and that's like I can tell, but even by conversation, if a person has kids or not. I remember one time. Now, this is nothing against you, but this is just an example. I remember one time I was talking to you, and I said something, and I think it was like it was late or whatever the case may be, or it was whatever it was. And I remember you said, well, I remember I said, oh, something about feeding a baby or whatever, and he was like, it's 12 o'clock at night. Is it kind of late? Was it you?
Yeah, I think that was me.
Yeah. And so, and I was like, well, she's a baby, you know what I'm saying? I was like, she's not on the same time schedule. And it was something like that, you know, I'm a patient person, and I don't sit here, I'm not going to judge you and be like, oh, whatever. I understood that you don't have any kids, so you don't understand that a baby needs to eat whenever she's hungry. You know what I'm saying? Because her body is still growing.
Right.
And it's like that but it's on a massive level. I see that people are not understanding just being a parent, period. It's not just the money. Again, the money is just the tip of the iceberg.
Actually, when you were saying my baby needed to be fed, I thought you was actually talking about not your baby, but your
the 3-year-old.
Yeah, I was talking about her. Like, why you feeding her at 12 o'clock? Like, she's supposed to be in bed right now, though. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, but yeah, well, I thought you were talking about the baby, but you know, and even with that, like, people don't understand, like, daycare for both of the girls. Daycare, guess how much that costs? Let's touch on the financial part of why some people, a lot of, you know, when it comes down to the financial part, that's why it's the breaking point, because you have all these other layers. Then the financial is just the tip of the iceberg. Guess how much daycare costs for both of the girls?
I could let's see.
Just guess.
Are we talking about weekly, monthly, yearly? What?
We can do weekly. Let's do weekly.
Weekly, I say about $400 a week.
Yes, weekly.
How did I know that?
Weekly, and a daycare. It doesn't matter how much you bring in. Now, if you don't have the money to pay daycare, that means you can't go to work. And I'm speaking for a true single parent. I'm not talking about a single parent who has options like, oh, I get child support, or oh, I get help, or oh, their daddy see them on a weekend. You're not to me, I don't look at that person as a true single parent. You may be a single parent. Huh? Oh, go tell Naira. I know what you're talking about. Go tell. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Go tell Naira. I know exactly what you're talking about. Go tell Naira. Thank you for telling me. So even something like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if you don't, and me, I've been, I guess you'll say, a true single parent for the longest, to where I solely depend on my checks. You know what I'm saying? And it would help if I did have child support, because the child support on my end, I can't speak for everybody, but on my end, it was always meant for the child. Look at the baby's eyes. And it always goes, like, with my oldest, she has things she's trying to do and everything cost money. The younger two, daycare costs money. Diapers are not free. You know what I'm saying? Even when I separated from her daddy, the oldest, I literally only asked him for $20 a week for diapers.